All right, guys. So today I wanted to talk about something that is overlooked a lot, and that's about comfort zone, but also about your environment, guys. A lot of times, our environment is gonna like dictate how we act. You know, how dedicated we are, how consistent we are, our habits, whether they're positive or negative, right? Because a lot of us, once we're in our comfort zone, for example, if you're in like a toxic relationship, even no matter how bad it is, if you guys are living together, it's kind of your comfort zone. It's your new normal. So getting outside of that, it's like, how would that look? Like you're so used to this series of events. You're so used to like coming home from work, you know, you guys argue, maybe you have like makeup sex or something like that. Then you go to sleep, then you wake up, then it's Saturday, you have like a routine, you know, things like that. Like you're so used to that. Getting out of that comfort zone obviously would change like your life, but it's super hard because your brain, not only does your brain love like structure and routine and like comfort, but you're gonna get used to it too, because comfort is way closer to instant gratification than, you know, discomfort is, because discomfort is you delaying gratification. So getting out of that toxic relationship is super hard. But also, I wanted to say environment matters a lot when it comes to just being fit, because if you're the fittest person in your environment, say you're like, you know, kind of overweight, but you're not like super overweight, but everyone around you is like super overweight, morbidly obese. So you're overweight, so you're the fittest person around, right? You're the fittest person you see on a daily basis. So you're like, oh, I'm in pretty good shape, right? It's not until you go around like some lean people, then you're like, wow, I feel really out of place. I feel out of shape, right? I'm not saying that just keep going to random environments to, you know, for no reason, but I'm just saying like when you go to another environment, it'll make you level up. Like you can be the biggest fish in the pond. Maybe it's because you're in a little pond, right? And then you go to a big pond and now you're the smallest fish, right? So that's like significant for growth, to go to different environments that challenge you. Like I remember first time I went to go see my homeboy, like he was super lean, right? We worked out one time in Florida, and then I went to see him in Cali. When I went to Cali, him and his girl, I went to go see them. And this dude was like super shredded, and like I felt like I was in pretty good shape. You know, I was like 197 or something like that. And this dude was just like shredded, like 175 shredded. And I was like, damn, bro, I need to like lock in. And he was just locked, he was locked in. And that kind of changed, just being around him for a few days, it kind of changed my mentality. Like I can definitely push further. I'm not pushing hard enough. You know what I mean? Or when you're like around your homeboys and they're like, you know, you think 5K steps is a lot. You think squatting 315 is a lot. You think seeing a little bit of your abs is good. And then here come your homeboys, and it's like one of them's walking 20K steps a day, and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then another one is like, you know, warming up with 315 for squats. You're like, damn, this is another level. And then the other one is just like, you know, he's shredded, he could see his abs without flexing. You're like, damn, like this is next level. Like I could push myself further. So different environments will push you to different lengths. And I also wanted to say like negative environments will bring you down, of course. Like at the end of the day, you cannot, like whether the negative environment be like, you know, you staying with friends, toxic friends from your past, or hanging out with toxic friends from your past, or maybe it's your family, or maybe, you know, something else. No matter what the negative environment is, like if you think about it, you can change your environment way easier than you could change the people in your environment. Like if you have 5 negative people, in order to change each one of them, you would have to literally follow each one and change all their habits one by one. That takes way too much time, too much effort, and it's very unlikely. It would be much easier for you to just change your environment in the first place, because best believe you can't have negative environment, negative thoughts, and positive actions. It's just not going to happen, right? And it's going to be very hard to have a positive mindset. It's possible, but it's very hard to have a positive mindset when your environment is negative, because it's just going to seep in. Their behaviors, their way of talking, their thought process is going to seep into your brain if you're there for long enough. All right, so if you want to make a quick change, I mean, obviously it's not practical for everybody, but if you can just find a way to like try to change your environment, if you're in a very negative environment, it'll really change your mindset. And I know a lot of people say, hey, if you move away from a situation or move to a new town, you'll still have the same mindset and you'll still have to deal with yourself. It's like, kind of, but at the same time, like when you move to a new environment, that can be the fresh start that you really needed. And like, you can be, especially if it's a negative environment, once you move out of there, you're gonna level up. You are going to, all right? Unless you move into another negative environment. But usually when you're trying to move out of the negative environment, you're trying to move into a positive one. And sometimes being with like a lot of people that are negative, maybe your significant other, and then moving in by yourself, that could be the piece that you needed. And you can start leveling up in every aspect of your life, because now you're pouring that energy that you used to use to kind of fight the negativity. Now you're using that to pour into the positivity, right? Because it's very hard to use your mental bandwidth to both like, overcome negativity and then try to make positivity. Like it takes a lot of energy to overcome negativity. So if you're no longer dealing with that, you can go way further. So that's all I wanted to say is if you want to make a quick change, man, just change your environment. I know, like I said, it doesn't sound as practical, but even in the process of starting to look at different environments to move to, like for example, like I said, if you're in a bad situationship, relationship, whatever, and you start looking at different places to move out and you kind of find somewhere that you could do it and you start saving up the money, that's giving you hope, right? That's giving you hope for a better future. That's going to make your energy go up. That's going to give you more purpose, more ambition. It's going to kind of bring your life force back because it's going to feel like your life force is gone when you're kind of just like, damn, I'm stuck with this person forever. I'm so sick of being here. We broke up, but we're still living together. Or maybe, it's still a toxic relationship and you said you want to break up, but you can't move out yet. But when you start like saving up and finding ways to change your situation, that gives you enough hope, enough energy, enough life force to push forward, right? And then you set the goals. You're like, all right, in 3 months, I'll have enough for the security deposit. Okay, in 4 months, I'll have enough for the movers. Okay, in 6 months, I'll actually be able to do it. Like just having those markers there it's gonna change your life because it'll give you hope. Hope is like what a lot of people lack these days, and I don't blame them. A lot of things look hapless out here, but if you really set your goals and you work towards it, you can definitely achieve it.